So on 9/11, I was 12 years old.
I was actually in training when we got the news for 9/11.
I was at my house on the east side of Anchorage when 9/11 happened.
I wasn't even in the military yet. I was going to college in Stevens Institute of Technology, which is in Hoboken, New Jersey, which is directly across the Hudson River from Manhattan Island.
I was actually in New York City. I was 9 years old. I was in elementary school, and we had no idea what was going on.
When the World Trade Center was hit, we watched it happen. And then there was a lot of fallout.
The first tower had already been hit, and then I saw the second one live on TV.
I remember there being Army in the actual school, doing the security and everything else, and everything was kind of quiet. We knew something had kind of happened, and there were grumblings and talking going on, but really we found out about it that night, watching the news with mom and dad, brother and sister.
I believe we were on a break, and we would wander into the hotel lobby and grab some coffee, and on the screens, I think at one break, we knew something bad had happened, and by the next break, an hour later, it was basically being called an act of terror.
The smoke really, I just remember lots of smoke. It was a clear day, and so it was just everywhere. It was just a new reality that in just a couple of minutes, a city like New York City could just shut down.
It looked so wild that you almost didn't think it was real. And at the time, I didn't realize that it was going to impact the rest of my life, essentially.
It was always something that was in the back of my head of joining the military. Like my dad did, my uncle was in the Navy. And like I said, we always had an appreciation for the military, so it was always something that was there, but definitely, seeing it on the news, every time my dad would come home from Afghanistan, you get the stories, you see how he changed, who he's become. You hear the stories about, what his friends did over there and what, the insane bravery of the soldiers and the airmen over there. And for me, it was definitely a motivator.
It completely altered my plans. And I was standing out there for the ceremony, and I can recall that being the moment where my thoughts on my future completely shifted from I'm going to get out in 2004 when my 5-year commitment for the academy is up to there's no way I can get out at this point. Like, I need to keep doing this. This is my purpose now.
My grandfather had served in World War II, but beyond that, I wasn't in a military family, so it was a shock to my family when I said I wanted to join. But just watching the aftermath of 9/11 and being there to see it every day, it just made me feel like I wanted to serve, I wanted to give back, I wanted to be a part of something bigger and to take care of the people that couldn't take care of themselves.
It was a tragic day. I don't have any words for that, but to be able to serve and know alongside people who help protect this country, it makes me extremely proud. And to know the sacrifices that those first responders, myself as a first responder, it is incredible what they did. Absolutely incredible.
The way that I remember 9/11 and the way that I remember it is just through honorable, silent, professional service. I think it's important to separate my personal opinions from my military ones, and I try to honor, the 2,600 people that died in the trade centers, and the almost 7,000 people that have died in the Iraq-Afghanistan wars by showing up every day, being prepared to fight for my country if it needs to. Training my soldiers that are under my command to make sure that they understand what happened on 9/11 and making sure that they're prepared to defend our country and internalize what it means to wear this uniform.